Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing well. This little short video is just going to be motivational talk to those of you that are just discovering what you're going through. I want to tell you some of the things that I went through, how I handled it right, how I handled it incorrectly, so that we can stay on the path of defeating, so that you don't have to fall before you get back up, because I had to fall and get back up in this situation, but I'm up and I'm staying up. But let me tell you, okay, so in the beginning, everybody goes through stuff different levels, different times. But in my case, I went through the breaking and entering of the home, randomly taking stuff and moving it around, but not theft. I went to the color coding of cars. I went to the sirens. I went through the noise campaign. I went to the street theater. I went to family aggressively showing up or aggressively calling all the time. I went to the workplace mob. So let's start with, how did I handle the first situation of the color coding? You start to see it and pay attention to it, so then you start to put your mind that it's going to become a norm. The best thing, the way to handle that, you can't do nothing about it, but just to be thankful that you are aware of it, because guess what? That's them telling on themselves. Don't be scared, don't be fearful. That's the number one thing to handle. At first, I was scared and fearful to the point where I would get anxiety just to come outside, because I know they'll be watching me, or it's going to be or somebody sitting in the car. As soon as I come out, they're going to get out the car or walk behind me, stuff like that. So the number one thing is not to be fearful, and to let them know you see them and that you don't care, by looking in their direction and keep doing what you're doing. Don't you run back in the house. Don't do none of that. I used to run back in the house when I see them out there and breathe. And I used to have to pick up my son, and I would have to walk halfway to meet him. And I got so scared, I brought my son a cell phone and told him, oh, just call me and you walk halfway, and I'll come out at the last minute. That's how fearful they had me. The key word is had. Get over fear. Okay, how do you handle family members that are targeting you? The way I handled it was, I allowed it to happen for so long, and I pretend as if I did not know they was doing it. I played stupid, but I wasn't stupid until God gave me confirmation. In these situations, don't jump to conclusions, because that can make you look like a fool or assume. Ask for God to give you discernment, to say, you know what, God, I feel like this person is against me. Please reveal to me. And God reveals it to you. And once God reveals it to you, next, before you jump and argue with these people, ask God, is it okay for you to say something? And God will. Because it was times I would say something and it wasn't in God's will for me to say nothing about that situation. And the reason why you know it wasn't in God's will, because it blew up against you. There's times I said, oh God, today I gotta say something. I'm feeling anxious, I'm angry, I'm gonna tell them something. And before I can tell the person I want to tell something, God removes them. So it's letting me know, confirmation, that God was like, I'll handle it, I will handle it. It's not your place to say anything. Just be silent, I got you. I'm serious, I can't make this up. It be times when I have family members, I go, oh, if so-and-so here today, I promise you, I'm going to run up on them and tell them how I feel, because I know she's a part of my target. They won't show up. Okay, and they be big time and telling everybody, oh, I can't wait till the little function, I'm gonna be there dressed in prayer. And God removes my situation one way or another, to the point where I have family members getting car accidents multiple times. The same people that I felt was in my targeting, multiple times. I was like, look at God. They was okay, but they kept getting in car accidents. All right. And then another one, like coworkers, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna tell her today that she needs to stop following me around the office. And then guess what? I show up at work, that person ain't even there. And then sometimes I will show up at the work, that person be like, hey, this is my last day. So once again, it's confirmation that if you ask God, God will give you the okay, or he will remove that person and tell you, I don't want you to say nothing. That one. How do you handle the slander? Okay, the way I handled the slander, that was the hardest part for me, because I strive to represent as one of God's people. So if someone is saying I'm a thief, or someone is saying that I'm some type of killer, I felt like, oh my God, How can I go around and spread the gospel when people are going around saying I'm this, I'm that, right? So it really bothered me. It bothered me. Okay, how I got over the slander is I start uplifting myself and stop saying you are not nothing what those people say you are, and you still gonna walk in the light of God. You still gonna spread God's word. That's how I got over the slander. I kept my head up. I put inspirational scriptures in my bathroom while I'm getting dressed, where it says no weapon formed against you. You will be persecuted for my name, but that's okay because it says you are a conqueror. God don't want us feeling like the victim. Remember that. You are not a victim. You are a conqueror. So don't never feel like, woe is me. Everybody's against me. Everybody's talking about you. You say everybody's talking about me because I'm something to talk about. And I start empowering everything that was happening to me and flipping it like I was some big time person mentally. If you look in my car, you guys, I got these things on there. It's not because I'm vain. And when I got into my car, I had took a coworker home, and the coworker was like, oh, bow down, hell to the queen. She got all this queen stuff in her car. I said, no. The queen is a symbolic message to myself every morning. So when I get up, I feel like I am the queen over all my actions, the ruler over my day, the ruler over everything that's going to happen to me. Can't nobody tell me what's going to happen to me today. If I wake up and say I'm going to have a good day, I will have a good day because I am the ruler of my universe. When I say my universe, I don't mean the universe I walk on. I mean my personal in-body, my space, my mental health. I am the ruler of that. That's why I mentally be like, I am the queen. What? Because I'm not about to let you rule me. And I feel when you allow this targeting to shut you down and make you depressed, they are ruling your space. They are ruling you. So don't allow that to happen. And another way to handle the slander is to not care. Not care. Simply not care. Because when you care, it says that you are worried about man and not what God thinks of you. It says fear no man but God. So if you sitting there with your head down every time you go in the office and they workplace mobbing you and you get depressed and you want to cry, pray that depression off. Dear Lord, give me strength. You know who I am. Dear Lord, please give me the strength to not care, worry about them, and give me the strength to discern and know who is good and who is bad. Because I'm going to tell you this, not everybody that's against you is bad. There are people that's being misleaded that don't have this independent mind to know when God is using them and when the devil is using them. To them, they thinking like, ooh, this is God's will to attack this person because I heard this is a bad person. But where in the Bible does it tells man to attack another man based off what they heard about him? Where in the Bible it says that you are supposed to cast stones? Nowhere. So they don't realize that they are going to be persecuted as well. Okay? When the end days come, God is going to show them that they was doing wrong, and that's a sin in the Bible. In the Bible, if you're a person that believes in the Bible, the basic instruction before leaving earth, it says gossip and slander against brother, against thy neighbor is a sin. And if you participating in something you heard and not what you seen, you are conducting a sin, whether you a good person and to pay your tithes or not. You still not following the rules of the land. All right. And then the next, I wanted you guys to understand that you have control of your situation. If you see them outside and you want to go somewhere, go. Hang outside. Speak. Another way how I killed my targeters, I spoke to them. They thought they was winning. They don't know what to do when you speak to them. Sometimes I speak nice and sometimes I don't. When they be like standing there and watching me, hey, good morning. It's a beautiful day. I like your shirt. Where'd you get your shirt from? I like your hair. And they be like, dang, I don't know how to take her. And how I beat slander, I was myself. Whatever you felt you heard about me, I'm going to show you who I am. So let my actions be my vindication. You can never say, nobody in life can never say, yeah, I met her and she was so rude. Yeah, I met her without a cause and effect. Can't none of them do that. So that's all I wanted you guys to know. I hope that helped this morning. I'm going to sit down and do some scriptures if I can. One day to talk about it, but I am a believer. All things are according to his will. Remember, you are a conqueror. You are put into this position to learn something. Once you find out what you need to learn, I promise you, and once you find out why you in this position, everything's going to come to an end. Not literally, but mentally, you don't have that powerful strength.